Merry Christmas to you. Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics on Channels Television. I'm Kayode Fikulu here in Lagos. Notwithstanding the fact that it's Christmas, here are the major political stories for the day. Well, it's Christmas all over the world and Nigeria isn't left out. As always, goodwill messages are flooding the polity from the president to governors and other leaders. The message, love, hope, peace and unity. But how well does that resonate with Nigerians? Find out. Mixed emotions in Katsina State, where police have foiled a kidnap attempt, rescuing 10 people on Christmas Eve. Sadly, 2 other victims lost their lives in that rescue operation. Well, it's December the 25th, Christmas Day, celebrated by Christians all over the world in honor of the birth of Savior of mankind and biblical Messiah, Jesus Christ. Well, this year's Christmas comes amid soaring headline and food inflation at a record 34.6% and 40.2% respectively, and that's occasioned by the government's removal of petrol subsidy. As a result, Nigerians are grappling with increasing cost of commodities, which has mostly compelled a low-key celebration this Yuletide. Well, President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to renew their hope and believe in a prosperous Nigeria as the country is on a promising path of restoration, he says, and progress, pointing towards a brighter future. In his Christmas message to Christians across Nigeria and around the world, the president noted that Christmas embodies the fulfillment of divine prophecy and symbolizes the triumph of love, peace, and unity. According to him, it is a poignant reminder that light can emerge even in the darkest times, bringing solace and hope. He says this belief resonates with people of all faiths. Indeed, God is with us. Well, state governors in the country have also sent out messages preaching love, peace, and unity among the people. We'll begin with the governor of Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who's encouraging the people to embrace tolerance, unity, and understanding with their neighbors, no matter the differences. In his words, let's take a moment to reflect on the values of love, compassion, and generosity, and strive to embody the true spirit of Christmas in our actions and interactions. In Cross River State, South Nigeria, Governor Basiotu has conveyed heartfelt gratitude to the citizens for their unwavering support and commitment to the state's development. In his Christmas message, he acknowledged the economic challenges faced by individuals and families nationwide and emphasized that these difficulties are not unique to Cross River State. And over to Anambra State, Southeast Nigeria, where Governor Chukwuma Soludo has noted that this special season reminds us of God's boundless love and enduring spirit of hope that the birth of Jesus Christ brings to humanity. He adds by saying, indeed, sharing love and embracing hope are the redeeming essence of Christmas. The governor urged Anambra people and all Nigerians to demonstrate selfless love to one another and also keep hope alive in the face of challenges this season. But that's not all. Over to northern Nigeria, where Governor Obasani of Kaduna State is asking citizens to make a conscious effort to let peace reign in their hearts, their homes, and communities by being ambassadors of peace, spreading love, kindness, and compassion wherever they go. He also announced that peace has returned to conflict-impacted areas like Benin, Gwari, and Giwa local governments through his administration's peace initiatives, facilitated by the Peace Dialogue Group in collaboration with the Office of the National Security Advisor and the security forces, who've played critical roles in the success of the peace initiatives. Well, the Christmas looks like it will be even merrier for citizens in River State as Governor Siminalayi Fubara has approved 100,000 naira for civil servants, public servants and pensioners in the state. In a statement signed and released by the state's head of service, Dr. George Oweke, said that the approval, which was given on Monday, is to enable the workers and senior citizens have a fulfilled Christmas celebration. Says this is the second time within the administration of Governor Buharis that civil servants in the state will be receiving Christmas bonus to the tune of 100,000 naira, an amount which is above the value of the nation's minimum wage, and the first time he says that pensioners are included. He also put out his Christmas message, just Governor Buharis, where he urged the people of the state to embrace peace, unity and love during the festive season and beyond. Well, speaking of Christmas messages now, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Mr. Julius Abure, has regretted that not many Nigerian homes can afford to celebrate Christmas due to the prevailing economic challenges in the country. He said this in a Christmas message to Nigerians issued in Abuja by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Saobi Araifo. In his message, Mr. Abure charged Nigerians to take the Christmas celebration as a season of love to serve and forgive one another. He urged them to always show compassion to millions of Nigerians living below poverty level, and said that Jesus Christ, who was born in a lowly manger, lived his entire life working to put smiles on the face of the less privileged, the poor, oppressed, depressed, and the sick. Well, let's talk about transportation during the season. The Minister of Transportation, Mr. Saidu Alkali, has given an update on the federal government's transport palliative during this period, the Yuletide season. Well, the minister explains that the train services, which commenced a week ago, has a projected passenger turnout of over 280,000 for the 17 days period of operation along 4 routes. The routes are Abuja, Kaduna, Lagos to Ibadan, Warri, Itakwe, and Port Harcourt to Aba. Meanwhile, the train stations recorded large turnout as travelers were trying to catch their train to spend Christmas with their loved ones.
It's a few hours to Christmas Day, and these travelers are taking advantage of the federal government's transport palliative for the Yuletide. It's a moderate turnout at the Idu train station in the Federal Capital Territory for passengers plying the Abuja-Kaduna rail service. After confirming their tickets, the passengers go through security checks before boarding the train. Security checks have become necessary in light of the breaches that have been recorded on the service.
Well, I bought my ticket online. But you know, most time you have to wake up deep in the midnight before you can get access to it. And I think an advantage I had was because I have a bit of tech knowledge, so I understood what is going on with the ticket purchase, the free ticket purchase. But I think it's something that the government needs to do better related to free. It's a positive thing, especially now that times are really hard for the people. But I think with the benefit of hindsight, I think the government needs to now also innovate, trying to also create an opportunity for those people who do not have rail line that passes through their cities and villages. I think once it is done, I think it's a positive mood. I like it because a lot of people are appreciative of what has taken place.
The operations manager at the station gives clarity on how issues of third-party sale of tickets is being tackled.
We observe that some people are coming with third-party ticket, but we don't normally allow them to pass with third-party ticket. So we probe further and get the police to intervene, and subsequently they are cooperating.
In Lagos, a free train service offered by the state government has led to a large turnout at the Lagos-Ibadan train service, especially at Mobolaji Johnson Station, Ebute Metta. Those unable to book online join this queue to get their tickets. The idea is to ensure safety and comfort for the passengers.
There's an extra profiling process for those who have not booked online. And so that's why they've taken a second line. And we're profiling them in bits. And as you can see, we're moving people in batches from one area to the other so that we spread the crowd. Those who have tickets are processed directly into the hall. In terms of safety, as you can see around, we've got military personnel, we've got police, we've got civil defense, we've got our own man of war to control the crowd, and we also have stringent checks.
The passengers are buzzing. The free ride has added some spice to their holiday plans.
It's been a wonderful experience because I used it last year and it was a convenient one. And even this year, I tried booking the ticket and I was able to book it. And the experience so far was amazing. The organization by the train people, it was so amazing. So I will say that this should continue.
I feel like it's a good thing because it's Christmas period and like a lot of people are trying to get to like their family members in different states. So those who like they want to like save money or something like that, it helps. Yeah, it helps.
But the federal government is projecting over 288,000 passengers.
The wisdom behind this, Mr. President decided to start it on time so that Nigerians will enjoy the free ride even far ahead of the holidays. And he has approved and extended it up to 5th of January so that people will return back to their respective destinations.
So far, the government says there's been no incident recorded on the free train rides, which continue until January 5, 2025.
We'll take a moment now on the show, and when we return, we'll bring you more on a special Christmas Day edition of Lunchtime Politics, particularly what the day means. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Well, let's get right into why it is we're celebrating the season, particularly as it concerns the polity. We're joined by Trem Ayobo Pastor Nelson Bassett joins us virtually on the program. Merry Christmas to you and welcome to Lunchtime Politics. Well, I'm just going to get right into it. Well, the church, or will I say the religious institutions, occupy a major part of the polity, really, and you play a major role, particularly when it comes to giving people that kind of hope, faith. They see things happening in the physical, but faith offers them a deeper strength, I would say. But when you look around sometimes, there's that tendency to want to be swayed by that reality in front of you. So is it that we have to dig deeper now into faith to give people some more strength, particularly in these trying times?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. The networks.
It's okay. I imagine a lot of people are trying to connect during Christmas, but my question is quite simple. Religion offers people faith, offers them hope in spite of the reality around them. So things don't seem to go well, but they can get that strength in religion. But in these trying times, a time that is even much more trying than what we've seen in past, do we have to dig deeper? How much deeper do we have to dig? And what do we find in faith, particularly for times like this? I hope you can hear me, Pastor Bassett.
Okay, sorry, I'm still trying hard to hear you clearly. I'm trying to figure out what the question is, but I think probably you're asking me to talk generally about the Christmas.
Well, that works.
It impact the people. Is that correct?
Well, that works. We can start from there. Please go ahead. Please go ahead, Pastor Bassett.
Hello?
You can go ahead, Pastor Bassett. Go ahead. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure I got you clearly, but let me just quickly talk about Christmas. Okay. So let me just quickly talk about Christmas and the essence of Christmas. Basically, Christmas is about Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is a symbolic representation of life and love, life and love. So when we celebrate Christmas, we're celebrating two things. We're celebrating the life that Christ has given us. He was born, he died, resurrected to save humanity from our sins. And as at today, we can celebrate Christmas because of what Jesus has done. And what he did is due to the fact that he loved us so much. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So what he did today that made us celebrate Christmas is because of love. And so that is the message that every Nigerian should carry, irrespective of our tribe, irrespective of our religion. We need to love one another. So it's not a season to discriminate. It's not a season to hate. It's not a season to dislike. It's a season to show love. Whether you are an Igbo person, you are an Hausa person, you are an Ijaw person, whichever tribe you are from, is the essence of Christianity.
Right. I hope you can hear me now. I'd like to just draw this closer home. I know if you go back over 2,000 years ago, when Jesus was born, the times were trying. They were trying times. In fact, his life was at risk. There was a lot of suffering going on, with some sort of occupation of his hometown by foreigners or a foreign government. So the question then is, do things really get better? Because times like this offer you hope, but have things really gotten better? Because it looks like it's literally the same experience that people are going through now. Pastor Basi. Well, looks like one of those days when the connection just bails on us. But just to confirm, can you hear me, Pastor Basi? All right, not to worry. We'll try to reconnect with Pastor Basi. It's Christmas. Can you hear me now?
Okay, so I tried to see if I can hear you clearly. I don't know what is really happening to the network, but really I could hear one or two things that you said about the trying times and whether things are going to get better. Well, let me say this, that as a pastor, I can boldly say that things will get better. It's just a matter of time. And I want to appeal to all Nigerians to be patient. Let's be patient. Be patient. Let's keep praying. Let's keep trusting God. Let's keep believing God for the leadership, that things will get better. Things will get better. I know at times gold that we see today, and we are everybody is happy about, oh, I have gold, I want gold. Gold actually passed through processes of refining to become what it is. And so Nigeria as a country is going through a process. And so I want to appeal to Nigerians to patiently go through this process. I know it's not easy when you look at the things that has happened in the times past and things that are currently happening. By the time you put 1 + 1 together, you might end up saying, oh, it won't get better. But I can assure Nigerians that we have a God Almighty who does not fail. As we keep trusting him and keep praying to him, I believe that it will definitely get better for us all as a country.
All right, just one more thing. I hope I can get this question through as we begin to wind down. 2025 is knocking just a few days ahead, and there are those who are wondering if 2024 was like this, what do they expect of 2025? Do you have a message for them as they begin to look forward to the next year?
Okay, I look forward to a glorious 2025. I look forward to a restful 2025. I look forward to a more successful 2025. And that's the message I'm leaving with Nigerians. That 2025 will definitely be better. Just do your best, be diligent, hold on to God, don't manipulate, don't do sharp practices, don't join corruption, do the right thing at the right time, trust God, and definitely 2025 will be a glorious year for all of us.
Well, there you have it. That's yet another message of hope. Nigerians have heard from the president, they've heard from governors and other leaders. So I think it's only in order for them to hear from leaders of faith as well. We've been speaking with Pastor Nelson Bassi, who is a Trem Ayobo pastor. Trem, by the way, is a redeemed evangelical mission. Thank you so much for your time, and Merry Christmas to you. Well, let's tell you that it's a sad tale, really, in Katsina, mixed with some joy, as at least 10 kidnapped victims are said to have been rescued from the hands of kidnappers by operatives of the Katsina State Police Command, although 4 of the rescued victims reasonably sustained various gunshot wounds as a result of the bandits' attacks and were immediately rushed to the hospital for immediate medical attention. However, 2 of the victims succumbed to their injuries while receiving treatment. In a statement signed by the police spokesman, ASP Abubakar Sadiq said that efforts are ongoing to apprehend the fleeing suspects as investigation proceeds. He recalled that just yesterday, Christmas Eve, at about 8:30 p.m., some suspected bandits armed with dangerous weapons and attacked a commercial vehicle at Kwanar Makera along the Katsina to Magama Jibia Road in Jibia local government area of Katsina State in an attempt to kidnap occupants of the vehicle. But upon receipt of the distress call, the police is said to have dispatched a team of operatives to the scene, engaging the bandits in a gun duel, successfully foiling the kidnap attempt and rescuing all the 10 victims. The Commissioner of Police, Katsina State Command, CP Ali Abubakar, while commending the officers' exceptional display of gallantry and dedication to duty, charged them to sustain the tempo. He asked members of the public with useful information on suspected criminal activities to report to the nearest police station for prompt and decisive action. Well, Christians in Yobe State have received 1,000 bags of rice from the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. A member of the Northern Christians Political Forum, Mr. Yahaya Saragalo, confirmed the receipt of the palliatives during the distribution exercise in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital. He appreciates the First Lady for the gesture and explains that the items will be shared among vulnerable Christians. And, well, that's in the spirit of the season. That's why we wrap the show for today. But just before that, let's tell you that the Chief Magistrate's Court sitting in the Yagoku area of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, ordered the remand of a former wife of the Oni of Ife, Naomi Shilekola, and the Chief Executive Officer of Agidigbo FM, Oriyomi Hamzat, and the Principal of Islamic High School, Abdullahi Fasasi, at the Agodi Correctional Center. The remand order followed the arraignment in connection with last week's tragic stampede at Christmas Fun Fair, which claimed the lives of 35 children and left 6 others injured. Well, this is a developing story that we continue to follow, but thank you for watching Lunchtime Politics at this hour. I'm Kayode Kikelu. Don't forget to have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.